Hey Cloud Lab family, who's looking to increase parent involvement that's both meaningful and easy? Today, we are going to explore a two-step process to bulk managing our guardians in Google Classroom. As many of you know, Google has enabled teachers the ability to keep guardians informed about student missing and upcoming assignments in weekly notifications distributed in Google Classroom. As educators, this is a sure way to initiate parental involvement. The challenge is in the setup process. While we can easily allow weekly notifications to keep our guardians informed, we have to invite our guardians on an individual basis. Once you add all of the classes and the sections that you have in your classroom, you can see how this can easily become time-consuming. The New Visions Cloud Lab team has created a new feature to our rosterSync-Teacher Edition add-on. rosterSync is your link between Google Classroom and Sheets. Now you can bulk upload guardians to Classroom from a Google Sheet. Let's look at how. The first thing you're going to do is open up your Google Sheet like you've always done, go to your add-ons menu, select the rosterSync-Teacher Edition add-on, and then launch. As you can see, I have all 3 class periods at the bottom that I work with for my Drive to Write course that I am teaching. Once you have done that, you're going to select the sheet that you want to sync. It's already going to pull up period 5 because that's my active sheet. Then you're going to select your course in Classroom. For me, I'm going to select my Drive to Write internal course because that's the course I'm working with. Just like you've done with rosterSync-Teacher Edition, you have the option to pull your roster from Classroom to this sheet or push from this sheet to Classroom. To start, I'm going to pull from my Classroom to this sheet. What you will see happen now is you will see all of my classroom roster details be populated into this spreadsheet. This is something that always existed in rosterSync-Teacher Edition. What's new are these new columns that have the guardian email. So what I'm able to do now you see that my roster has come in with the classroom status for each of my 4 students in this classroom. Then I have the option to upload a guardian email. So what I'm going to do is exit out because I've done what I needed to do now. And now I can pull in up to 4 guardian emails for each of my students. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a few emails. And for some of you, as you're typing in your emails, you may already have a spreadsheet that has all of your guardians per each student listed in a spreadsheet. And if you wanted to, you can use a simple VLOOKUP formula to pull in all of those emails for each student. In this case, I'm just going to manually type them in. So now I'm going to go back to my add-ons menu. I'm going to open up the rosterSync-Teacher Edition add-on. And instead of pulling from Classroom to this sheet, I am going to push from this sheet into my Google Classroom. So again, it should pre-populate all the information since we've already used it recently. And instead of going from Classroom to Sheet, I'm going to go from Sheet to Classroom. Now, before it makes any changes, rosterSync is going to allow you to preview the sync and let you know exactly what's going to happen before you take the action. As it's building the preview, I'll just let you take a look. You can see that right now I have this individual option to invite guardians. But hopefully, once I run this sync, all from this spreadsheet, you will see that all of these guardians will be invited. So it's starting the update now. So you see that for each guardian status, it is now changing into invited. So before it was a blank column, now we have invited. And for Asher, we see that for this student, he has to accept my invitation first. So this means that his current classroom status is invited and he's not an active student yet. Once he accepts the invitation, I can simply go in here and run the sync again. So let's go back to our classroom and let's just quickly refresh this page and let's see if our guardians have in fact been invited. So as you can see, each guardian has been invited per each student. For Asher, he has not yet accepted his invitation to the classroom, so his guardian has not been populated yet. The best thing about this new feature in this add-on is that you can simply add all of your guardians for each student, and then bulk upload from one sheet. I can do that for up to 4 guardians for each of my students. So we invite you and we encourage you to come back to cloudlab.newvisions.org to learn more about how we are creating these add-ons to make it very easy for you to manage your workflow in your classrooms and in your schools.